So one of the new things I am doing this year is participating in a hop. This hop is going to go throughout the entire year. And the idea behind it is that we are going to make a monochromatic layout every month, and we're going to go in rainbow order, starting with white, which technically isn't part of the rainbow, but you get my idea. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to create an all white layout for you today. I have some fun snowy photos here. I took a cut to you cut file. This is the snowflake cut file, and I created my own snowflake wreath. We're going to use that kind of as a base and build off of it. I have lots of white and vellum cardstock here. My 3 photos. I have some wearing white sequins from Spiegelmom Scraps. These wearing white sequins are actually still in stock, so I'm going to leave my affiliate link for Spiegelmom Scraps in the comment below, because this is beautiful, beautiful set of just really usable snowflakes. In addition to the vellum and the white cardstock, I'm going to use this Dazzling Diamond glitter cardstock from Altenew. I've used this before on my channel. It's beautiful. It cuts fabulously. No shedding or anything like that. It's absolutely lovely. So I'm going to use this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go off camera and do a ton of die cutting. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut. I have lots and lots of snowflakes. I'm also going to punch a bunch of snowflakes because I don't want them to all look the same. So I'm going to use all my different snowflake dies and my punch, and I'm going to cut snowflakes from the Dazzling Diamond, the vellum or punch, and the white. Then I'm going to cut my title from this Dazzling Diamond cardstock. It's going to be Winter Wonderland, and I'm going to make my own thickers where I'm going to cut the top one with the glitter cardstock, and then I'm going to cut 3 of the same letter in white cardstock and then stack them all together. I thought this die from Brutus Monroe could be a lovely kind of layering piece behind my pictures, so I'm going to go ahead and use that one. And yeah, so I'm going to start with die cutting all of this stuff, and then I'll come back and we're going to make a beautiful wreath layout. That's my plan. My plan is kind of simple. We're just going to go ahead and mat our 3 photos, create a title that's going to be Winter Wonderland, and then create just a lovely wreath page. All right, I'm going to get going so I can do all of this die cutting and stacking the letters and making the thickers and all that stuff, and then when I come back, we'll put it all together. Okay, so let's get started with this layout. I have a sheet of white cardstock here, and I'm just going to grab the wreath that I made. I'm going to carefully take it off of my cutting mat. It's a bit delicate. So this was made just by taking all of the snowflakes, a whole bunch of snowflakes from the snowflake cut file from Cut to You, and I just welded them all together. I sized them down, duplicated them, and then welded them together. And it's not perfect. The snowflakes, they're in a circle and they're fine like that, but where they kind of connect, there's it gets a bit wonky. But I was as unconcerned about that as I could possibly be, because I am using this wreath that I've cut just as almost like a map, because I want to add things on top of it. So I'm going to add my photos on top of it. I'm going to add all the snowflakes that I cut on top of it. But it kind of gives me that shape to start from, and it gives me so that I don't have to worry about like having gaps in the wreath if I had tried to do it just free-handed. So I'm going to go ahead and take this white cardstock scrap, and I'm going to mat all my photos. I was very scrap conscious when I created this layout, because I have loads and loads of white cardstock in my stash that is already cut down into scraps, and I thought if I could use up all of this, that would be awesome. all white cardstock is not created equal. So for this particular layout, I stuck to my scraps of Basil coconut swirl cardstock and my white Nina cardstock, simply because some cardstocks will have a bit of a cream base. White is not created equal, and I wanted to make sure that this was white on white on white. So I used my whitest scraps, and most of that would be my Basil coconut swirl. That is like the whitest cardstock. I love that stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim. A couple people asked about this tonic trimmer that I purchased. So I bought my trimmer in May when the arm for my guillotine trimmer by Tim Holtz disappeared into oblivion. I still have not found it. So when I need to cut anything that is smaller than 6 inches, I use this trimmer from Tonic. It was inexpensive, like maybe $25. And I love it. You just have the blades you have to refill. They're easy to change out. I really have not. I had purchased it because I was leaving for a crop and I thought, well, I need to have a 12-inch trimmer. So I purchased it kind of as a stopgap until I found a better trimmer that I wanted to buy, because in my head I was thinking, well, it's not probably going to last and it probably won't cut straight. But I was solely mistaken, and I have used it and I haven't gone ahead and bought another trimmer because this one is working just fine. So I want to line my photos up like this, and I want to add these branch dies. These are the branch dies that from Brutus Monroe, and so I'm going to go ahead and create this like cluster behind my photos. I love the texture this provided. It was so cool. It looks so cool. But honestly, it doesn't really look like tree branches on the finished layout. It almost looks like icicles coming up from behind my photo maybe, or even just like a fringe, which maybe wasn't my intention, but I totally love it. That's kind of the great thing. When you are creating a layout that is white on white on white, you need texture. You need stuff to pop off the page. You need lots and lots of layers, because that's how everything is going to be visible to your eye. So I'm just going to add all of these branches. Some of them are die cut in white. Some of them are die cut in vellum. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and create some letters for my title. Again, having these kind of stacked homemade glitter thickers is perfect for a white on white on white layout, because it's going to provide some dimension. And the glitter is not exactly white, so you actually can see the title very well, even though it's all white, because you'll see as I work through this. The glitter letters are not, they have dimension, so they're popping up off the page, but they're also providing just a bit of contrast because they are glitter and they're not white, like white cardstock. So all I'm doing is, off camera when I die cut everything, I cut my whole title in white cardstock 3 times. And then the 4th time I cut my whole title, I cut it in that Ulta Dazzling Diamond glitter cardstock. And then I'm just lining these letters up on top of each other and putting the glitter letter on top. Then I'm going to use my T-square ruler so I have a nice straight title. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere the letters down. My title is a bit long, and it's definitely going to be prominent on my layout. So I wanted to make sure it was nice and straight. So once I had Wonderland down, I knew I was going to have that little piece open underneath above my 3rd photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my die cut snowflakes and I'm just going to fill that area in with some snowflakes so we don't end up with any trapped white space. and it doesn't look off or odd. I waited until now to bulk up and go ahead and add to the wreath. I did that because I knew my photos were going to kind of cover up some of the wreath element. I knew my title was going to cover up some of the wreath element. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking all of these die cut snowflakes, and I'm definitely adding them to those parts where I said the welding was a bit smudgy for the cut file, but then I'm also adding them in different areas too. So some of these are going to get popped up on some tabby dots, but you can also find over at this Beagle Mom Scrap store. Some of them are going to be adhered straight to my layout. And once I had the die cut snowflakes kind of all filled in, now I'm coming in with my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive and those sequins. I love these sequins. They're called Wearing White, and they're just all different styles of sequins, including little white like flowers or snowflakes. There are white, all different sizes. Some of them are more translucent, transparent. Some of them are more opaque. Some are real shiny. Some are matte. It's just a gorgeous mix, and it would work for literally anything you wanted to do with them because they're just white. I'm going to tuck them in and around this entire layout. I used a lot of sequins on this layout, and they were working. They have that beautiful kind of crystally feeling, and I just love them. And my photos definitely lend themselves well both to a winter layout with the snowflakes and also to a white on white layout, because these are photos of our first kind of big snow this year. And so I was super excited to go ahead and scrapbook them with this set of products. Next month, everyone's going to be scrapbooking a pink monochromatic layout. That's going to be fun. I haven't really gone into deciding how I'm going to do that yet, but we'll figure it out. My monochromatic layouts will be up the last Friday of every month, but there are a whole group of YouTubers that are hopping along with us. You will find their links all down below, and this is kind of like a new group of YouTubers. They invited me to join them. I thought it was a fabulous idea. And this is a set that this would be, this isn't the normal crowd maybe that I usually do hops with, but they're all amazing scrapbookers and amazing girls. So definitely 100% go down into the description box, grab some of their links, go check them out. They're really, really great, really just lovely set of creatives to discover and enjoy. Here are all of the close-ups, so you can see how this finished layout turned out. I so love this. I cannot wait to take on this challenge every single month and create a layout like this. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.